Hi! So today's video is about meditation. Now, I made a video about meditation a while back, but I wanted to make a new one, a refresher, because I believe so much in meditation. I believe in it to help us with every possible thing that we want to work on. If it's our health, if it's our well being in general, if it's something to do with our career, as in we're building something, if it's something to do with our relationships. I feel that meditation is the answer. So, whatever question you have, it's your answer. And and I feel that there is a bit of a myth out there about how difficult it is, and that you need to go on trainings and to figure it out, and you need to go on retreats. And my mission is to introduce you. I mean, it's to introduce you to how easy a practice it is and how accessible it is to your lifestyle, to your timing, to how it suits you, and that you get to choose it. You get to choose when to do it. You get to choose how to do it. You get to choose if you want to lie down, if you want to sit up, if you want to um, sit somewhere and watch a beautiful sunset. It really is so personal. And it's such a soothing moment that I can't imagine anyway. Sometimes when I hear people telling me I don't have time to meditate, I'm just like, it just seems so wild to me that how could you not have time to do something that's going to make you feel so much better, that's going to help you solve problems, that's going to help you be a more present person, that's going to take you deeper in you and in life and connect you to something so much bigger. I just can't imagine that we don't have 5 minutes in the day to put aside and meditate. And so I want to keep going on about meditation. So the way I got introduced to meditation, and this might help you sort of maybe understand more of the power of meditation. I was living in Paris at the time, and I was in the middle of something that felt very major. I had a big dilemma, and I had to figure it out. And I tried everything that my logical mind could think of to come to my solution, and it just was really quite overwhelming to me. And at the time, I was reading a lot, and I read about so many people that I respected and admired, and how they discovered meditation, and meditation kept coming up everywhere. Whatever I read, whoever inspired me, they would talk about meditation. So I thought, well, you know what? I'm going to give this meditation business a try. And what I did is at night, late at night, when I knew that I wasn't going to be disturbed, no phone calls, nothing was going to come in at that time, and it was a very silent moment of the day. I was kind of done with my day. I sat up on my sofa, and I just crossed my legs and sat up straight so that my back was leaning towards the back, the cushion in the back. And so I was very comfortable. And I closed my eyes, and I imagined, no, what I did first is I counted down. So basically, I counted down from 10 to 0. And I breathed and counted all the way down to 0. So when thoughts came in, I just let them come and go, and I just continued to breathe until I got to 0. Then I imagined some white light coming in from the top of my head all the way through my body. And then I concentrated the white light on my heart area. And I asked my heart the question. This thing that was really troubling me, I asked my heart the question. And I sat there in silence, and I had an intuition pop in saying, call this person. That's what came out of that moment. And that person would have been the last person on earth that I would have thought to call during this that I was going through, during that I was going through. But the next morning when I woke up, I thought, well, what have I got to lose? I mean, but it really was not the natural person. In fact, it would have been someone I would ordinarily have totally avoided in the midst of that. And I picked up the phone, and spoke with that person, and she solved it for me. And I felt such a relief. And I could not believe how something so outside of my logical thinking came to me. And because I was really at that stage where I was, I really needed a solution, I made that call. But like I said, this is not who I would have called, and I wouldn't have avoided that person, in fact, during that time. And and the fact that my problem was solved and I could breathe. From that point onwards, I realized that we have access to information, to resources, to ideas, to possibilities that are so beyond what our intelligent mind can come up with. And these are, when we hear stories and when we read about people who inspire us, it's always, it always comes back to it was my intuition, I had a hunch, it was a gut feeling, and you hear that from everyone, whether it's the Steve Jobs or the Albert Einstein, the scientists are talking about it. I mean, everyone comes back to that place where within us we have access to these hunches, to these ideas. But these ideas can't come to us when we're in the hustle and bustle of life. And what happens is sometimes we want to, wrestle a problem to the ground, trying to analyze it and figure it out with our logical mind, when actually sitting quietly for a few minutes, closing our eyes and breathing might actually solve it. So for me, my introduction to meditation was so powerful. And I have used it over the years. I have used it sometimes when I've had, question marks about someone's behavior, or something. I've kind of gone inwards and communicated with that person. And it's happened to me to have asked someone something in meditation, have received an answer, and then met the same person a week later, and he would say the exact thing he told me in meditation. So, I mean, I know it sounds a little bit woo-woo out there, but there's got to be something to the power of meditation, or why else are we hearing so much about it? Why else are we hearing of miracle stories that are coming from people meditating? They're healing health issues where they were told these health issues were the end. I mean, some people have been told, go and wrap up your affairs, say your goodbyes. And they've decided that they're not going to go there, and they've gone inwards and healed themselves and come back to life. So there is power to meditation. I've experienced it firsthand, and I believe it is the solution to everything, to every dilemma, every question mark, and it's a way to just get so much deeper within us. And where they always say that we're using 5 to 10% of the brain's capacity, and I believe because a lot of what our brain is capable of and how our brain is able to connect on a much bigger platform is available to us only in silence, only in those moments where the ideas can find us, in the same way that J.K. Rowling was on the train and suddenly she said the entire book was downloaded, in her system, basically. And so for us to have access to ideas and solutions and possibilities and creative ideas, it's very important that we tap into it. So I'm going to show you a book that I discovered in my early stages, and that was a very nice way for me to get into all this, because so Shakti Gawain I discovered her when I was in Paris. I was on a train, and I came across an article where she was interviewing Nathalie Massenet from Net-a-Porter.com. And basically, Nathalie said her dad had given her this book when she graduated from college, and that it had helped her format her idea and what she was building and everything that she was creating. And so I was very intrigued, and I checked it out. And Shakti Gawain is fantastic. I mean, I love her work. I a big fan. She's a beautiful writer. She writes so beautifully. So just reading her is so soothing and so appealing. And in this book, in Creative Visualization, she actually goes through different techniques to relax the mind and to relax the body and to go into that place. And it's a good way to kind of get into or get hooked to this, because this way you can visualize what you actually want. So you can visualize a meeting, you can visualize a date, you can visualize something exactly the way you want it to happen, and you will see amazing things will happen. You'll visualize having dinner with someone in a specific restaurant, and that's exactly where that person will invite you to dinner. So it's like all sorts of amazing things will happen. You'll picture an entire sequence of a day that you're organizing, and the sequence will go exactly like that. You'll have the same expressions and the same handshaking and the same smiles. So it's very, very powerful, and it's a good way to get started. Eventually, start with kind of daydreaming about what you want, or creative visualizing rather what you want, and then eventually you'll just want that silence. And sometimes it's not you don't go in there with a question. You just go in there to find your peace again, to just go deeper within, to reconnect. And the energy from which you emerge when you finish a meditation is so different. It's so appealing to you and to others. I mean, I remember one lady telling me that when she started to meditate, for the first time, she was leaving her house and she saw a tree she'd never seen before. She'd never seen that tree before. So it just allows us to take in more of life's details, and more of life's beauty, and to remember who we are in the big scheme of things. And so I love meditation, and I recommend it so highly, and I want to encourage you to just get started, because I know you will love it. It will change your life. It will change the energy. It will improve things. Even if your life is amazing and you love it and it's perfect, it's still there's still something there that is the connection between us and life, and to see what life has in store in terms of our own, in the same way that an acorn becomes a beautiful oak tree, we all have a programming within us to become the most magnificent us. So there's never a point where we can say, I'm done. There isn't. It's a continual learning and growing and progress towards becoming the best and most amazing us. And so I hope this helps. I wanted to create another meditation video just to keep it sort of up at the forefront of your thoughts and your ideas and your solutions for things, for everything. So I hope this helps. And if others who are also exploring meditation, please share this video. I would love for more and more people to know about the magic and the miracles that meditation brings to us by connecting us at such a deep level. So I wish you a wonderful day, and enjoy.